cold country, the virus can just like go around and start infecting people, and that's the time where how is it?
I think that's how that.
Everybody's immune system is a bit suppressed by the cold because
At this moment in history, we're in a time where we put opinion above accreditation.
I tell you, I've never worn one before in my life, so I don't know how it looks like. I don't know how is it gonna be. I don't know how to put it on.
This is why sex education is very important.
Or just practice it on the banana and shit. That's what's wrong.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bleaching podcast. We are your hosts, Locket, Simon, and Six.
So,
That's my dude.
Oh,
How long has it been?
it's been several months
Yeah.
since the previous
Stop.
upload. Damn, son. We haven't met in
How
several
did
months,
come
actually,
this?
damn. We're all
everyone's been
very busy.
And now
Well,
we're free.
one of
Now
us
we're
is particularly busy.
yeah, 6. Now we're free.
God damn it, Six.
Well, not entirely free. I still
Not
got
entirely.
time to do anyways, but
Yeah.
well, free for today anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sound very tired, bro.
We're all very tired. We got
I'm
exams,
tired.
reports due, and exams and assignments due. So many things due.
Yes, like poop. Because
Yes. I don't understand where that came from, but okay.
Yeah.
you guys
same
had
here.
due. So what have you guys been up to lately?
Oh yeah.
Let's start with Simon first.
Let's start with Simon, because Simon says,
Simon always starts first. God damn it.
yeah, what have Simon been up to, Simon?
I don't know what you want to know.
Like for the past, like, I guess 3 months, is it?
3 months. Past 3 months. So I've just been going to school, but like
Nothing interesting
like-
happening in school?
not really yet. But I think the only interesting thing that's happened to us Bruneians in general is that we've kind of what's the word? We've kind of sort of moved on from COVID. Yeah,
Yeah, and like no one. I mean, people are thinking about it.
and like one of us hasn't moved on from COVID at all. In fact, they've gone all the way back to the beginning of COVID,
Yes.
back to
Square one.
full lockdown. Yeah.
To the evil times.
Yeah, to ye olden times. Anyways,
We're conservative
yeah.
that way. We like it old. We love it domestic.
Yeah, I'm
We
sure
like-
you like everything old. Anyways, so
I
yeah,
mean, I don't know why you're.
I guess generally like it's been weird looking at how other countries are like, oh, we have 100 new cases. Like, what is that? What is that? How does that work? Why are we having 100 new cases? We're like 8 months into this thing. Like, stop.
because it's
Actually, it's not even 100. It's like 1,000 a week.
thousands, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
I mean, that's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I feel
It's
like
just that
when
it's,
you
I think it's the population density.
No, yeah, I guess so. It's probably it's likely the population density, but I assume it's also lack of control, lack of testing, and lack of efficient protocol. Because if you're not able to detect fast enough, then you're not able to isolate fast enough.
No, it's not just that. It's how you approach to the problem. Your
Of
first
course, yeah.
approach to it. So
Yeah, exactly.
I
So
mean,
that means
I remember a few months ago, like Boris Johnson, he had a window of opportunity to just like change the whole country to the whole of the
Oh
world.
yeah, it's that
And just be
time
like
when
Brunei.
when Simon jinxed it, didn't it?
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's a different thing altogether. That's like him dying. Who cares about that?
oh yeah, that was
I mean,
some time.
we're talking about where Boris Johnson could have could have turned this around and just lock down the country for a while until everything calms down
Yeah.
and reopen it with
But-
proper regulations and protocols.
But he didn't. He
You know
didn't
what I
follow
mean?
the SOP.
FOP. What is that?
The SOP. He
The
didn't follow
SOP.
the standard operating procedure.
Yeah, kind of-
Oh right, that one. Yeah.
I mean, that one.
I think it is also an attitude. You know, people have been talking about. You know, there's that one speaker of the House of Representatives in the UK. I don't remember his name. Seems like a very posh guy. But yeah, he was talking about how they should have followed the Swedish model rather than this model that they're using, which is excessively blocking, which is an excessive, which he claims to be an excessive reaction to a pandemic, which is affecting, to a disease, which is affecting a very small population of the world. It's only got his argument is it's got a very low infection rate and an even lower death rate, and basically what he's saying is that had the UK followed the Swedish model, they would have gone over it far faster than they would have had Boris Johnson used the lockdown method.
And because there was
Yeah, I'm looking
how
at the
it is
statistics.
discrepancies
Yeah,
in
I'm looking at the
protocols.
statistics right now, actually.
Yeah, it's going on
And the
right.
statistics are very bad. But it did work initially. They did.
Yeah,
they did
initially, but
flatten the
later
curve,
on,
and it did
later on
slow
they
down.
started lifting it up. They thought, oh, we were in the clear, but no, because they're in a cold country, the virus can thrive in. So in a cold country, the virus can just like go around and start infecting people, and that's the time where, how would I say,
I think
everybody's
that's how that.
immunity
Yeah,
system,
but okay.
everybody's immune system is a bit suppressed by the cold because immune system don't really work best at it works best at hot temperatures, like rising temperatures, not lower temperatures.
Yeah, but so do viruses, don't they? Viruses don't work well in cold temperatures, but they
Yeah, they
do
do.
in.
Yeah, they do well in cold temperatures.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. That's why you had the Spanish flu. That's why you had the bubonic.
Clarification,
Oh,
please.
no, the bubonic plague is bacteria.
Two biologists in the room.
Imagine when things are too hot, right?
Yes.
When things are too hot, it's very hard to function. Very hard to do your work.
Think
So
about
basically-
inflammation.
But
I
the
know,
same
bro,
thing happens in cold weathers, no? The
only
idea is
in
extreme temperatures don't
yeah,
affect.
but that's only in
Well-
extreme cold weathers. But in Swedish is not really extreme cold weathers, now is it?
Yeah, it's just
I'm not
cold.
living in the
the theory is more towards apa? It'll be slower. Tapi but then if it's not on extreme cold weather, but I think it'll just be slower, but it doesn't mean that it'll stop at the.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
Six's
well,
claim was that the viruses work better in cold temperatures.
Yes.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes, it works best at cold temperatures. When I mean cold temperatures, my reference is England, because England, the temperature doesn't go below -5 or doesn't go below 0 Celsius. Maybe if there's like cold wind, probably -5, alright. But think about this, take into consideration that most of the local Brits here stay at home inside their homes and switch on the radiators, and the radiators don't go above 24 Celsius, they go like below 21 Celsius, so to keep the house warm a bit. And plus they're cheap, so they don't want to use too much radiator. With that in mind, the virus would thrive in that kind of environment.
Okay.
You see?
Okay, so here's my argument against it, against the homogeneous group of people called culture thing. So
Oh yeah, I think I just pulled that one out of their head. I didn't really.
yeah,
I had an idea, but it didn't really
no.
make sense.
Actually, it's a very common concept that people like to use, and that's the idea that when a group of people are racially similar, in the sense that macam you know how Brunei is, you know, most of us are Malay. We can all agree macam like, oh, okay, we can all agree that, you know, the monarchy is the best way to go because it's been cultured, it's been the only thing we've done culturally, and it's the thing we as a culture agree with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Then same with Japan. The argument goes the same way with Japan. Goes the same way with Nordic countries, Scandinavian countries. People in America always say things like, well, universal healthcare only works in countries with a homogeneous society because everybody is willing to help everybody that looks like them. But it's not that. You can use that exact same argument in the same way, but instead of saying people are racially similar, you could say they're culturally similar, which means a different thing. Because when you're racially similar, then you have to be the same in terms of, let's say, color, birth, how you speak, and what language you speak. That's racially similar, but culturally similar is different in that it's how you're raised, it's what you're taught. So it's always in countries like, let's say, Norway or Brunei or Japan or Scandinavian countries or maybe the UK, right? We're more we're more culturally similar in that we're more readily trusting of the government in the government in their leadership. That's why we as a country, as a people, tend to just follow blindly. Macam like hari tu, when COVID came to Brunei, they immediately locked down the country and we didn't really argue. We just said, okay, this is what the government thinks is the best way and we're just going to follow it. Same thing with the Swedes, right? They said, we're not going to lock down. So they didn't lock down. So everybody mingled and said, this is the way forward because we believe that the government is, they know best, right?
Yeah, because they're convinced all throughout the years that the government
Yeah,
has
exactly.
been making
So,
good decisions throughout the years, so they would
exactly.
argue nonetheless. Yeah, but
Yeah.
countries like UK, America, freaking all the African countries, because they have so much distrust with the government throughout the years, they can't really rely on their government too much. Yeah.
I don't think
Distrust
I don't think
between the
that's the
government
case.
and people.
I don't think
Yeah,
that's the
I
case
think
with
that's
the
the
US.
case.
No, I don't think that's the case. I do not think that's the case actually, because I don't think the case is that the people don't trust the government in these matters. I think the case is that your politicians don't agree with each other in that regard. I think the problem here is that when you live in a society with, you know, with people
You live in a
who are,
society.
well, I guess when you live in a society in general, you have to respect everyone's opinion equally. You have to treat everyone's opinion. You're taught to treat everyone's opinion equally, when in fact everyone's opinion is not equal. An expert's opinion is not equal to, you know, some guy off the street, some conservative asshole who thinks he knows best because he has lived for X amount of years, when in fact the doctor who has been in school for decades now and has been doing research, like Dr. Fauci, who is the head of the CDC in the US, he is the leading expert in these types of matters. He's the guy who's being questioned and being said, oh, he doesn't know what's best, when in fact he's led the CDC, not led the CDC, he's been involved in pandemic or he's been involved in macam the AIDS epidemic. He's been involved in the AIDS epidemic during the Bush administration, and he's been involved during the what was that virus during the Obama administration?
Ebola.
Ebola crisis. He was involved with the H1N1 crisis as well. He was involved with all of these issues, but the difference between those presidents and this president is that this president doesn't want to agree with him. I think the issue with the COVID is that at this moment in history, we're in a time where we put opinion above accreditation. We put opinion above the people who actually know best, and that's why the COVID cases have been so prevalent, because we've been surrounded. We're entering COVID with anti-vaxxers. We're entering COVID with all these naturalist healing hippie shit people. We're entering COVID into this politically divided world. So it's all the conditions were ripe for division and confusion and misinformation, such as we've seen during just these past few months.
I can totally agree with that, honestly.
Yeah. So it's not a matter of. It really isn't a matter of what we want to do. It's a matter of who's telling us to do what. Because we'll readily listen to politicians, we'll readily listen to government in times of crisis. But when
Simon,
government itself doesn't want to agree with itself, then we have an issue. Yes?
True, but what led to this is because of the ongoing events in the past that led up to this, such as Brexit. I mean, the the British people, they had enough with the government. First, it was the introduction of Brexit. Then second, it was a referendum. Then the third is the bloody bad choices they did throughout the south and the north with the government, with the mayors and everything. And now you got the COVID crisis, and I can pinpoint the part where all the Brits say, "Fuck this, I can't be bothered." It's the part where that one advisor to Boris Johnson, who was the medical advisor? No, he was just a advisor to Boris Johnson. As they put down the lockdown, that guy starts going on a trip to somewhere down south or Belarus or something like that, and came back and he got he didn't test positive. Somebody found out that he was just going out of lockdown protocols, and that's when everybody just stopped and said, "You know what? I'm just gonna go to a party. I can't be bothered. The government's not following the rules. Why should I?" Bam. And that's Boris Johnson's closest advisor, which is not official because nobody elected that advisor. It was Boris Johnson himself who just called out for his advisor.
Okay.
I'm just saying
in places
why
like
everybody didn't want to follow the government's protocols, and that's why they stopped burning down 5G networks here and there because they're
that
just
was dumb. That was dumb. What the hell?
That's what
these electronically controlled devices are causing COVID, a biological disease.
But that's what made everybody take off because of that one event. If they followed the protocols and everybody just follow it, I don't think anyone would be becoming anti-vaxxers or just going around to parties underground in London or Manchester, whatnot. That leads up to the surge of the cases here. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean, but it's still an idiotic move, People are going like, "Oh, I don't trust the government, therefore I shall endanger me and my neighbors as a protest." Like, what the fuck? Like, calm down, bro.
Well, it's kind of like the security of the style.
Since the government does it, then we'll do it too. Is that type of a...
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
Yeah, but you could take this as a lesson for that you could I guess kind of compare, not really, but you know the theme of this, you can compare it with the Treaty of Versailles when you put too much sanctions on like a person and you don't even follow it yourself, and your whole group of like freaking, what did they call it back then before they called it United Nations, or the League of Nations?
The League of
They
Nations.
didn't
Yeah.
even bother helping anyone. They make everybody poor and all sorts. You think anyone's
mean,
gonna
well,
like take that shit?
No. Okay. Let's.
Yeah, I'm just saying that that's
No,
how
I get it.
felt like.
But that's how old countries used to work. You know, it's like
I know.
colonialism wasn't exactly let's treat the Africans with humility and
Yeah, but I'm not talking about
humane decisions.
I'm not talking
you know.
about colonialism or anything like that. I'm just talking about how they would. I'm talking about hypocrisy here. You give
I
a
understand.
certain rule, but then you don't follow. Then nobody's gonna follow. Then
I understand.
that's your result.
No,
Yeah.
I understand, but what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is, hypocrisy is inherent within old school nations. You know,
Right.
hypocrisy in that you remember when who was there? One of the they had control over Sudan, I think, or something. One of an African country, and basically it was modern slavery, but it was disguised, and people didn't find out that it was slavery until someone had to sneak into the country and reveal to the world that it was a slave nation. I don't remember what it was. Congo, yes.
Ethiopia.
The Congo. No, not Ethiopia. The
Oh,
Congo.
the Congo. Right.
The Congo, yes.
The Ethiopia was never captured by any of the Europeans.
No, actually, it was actually captured by the Italians.
Ah, was it?
Yeah, I had to watch a couple of World War II documentaries.
It's time to fact check.
Go ahead.
Fact check that one.
Yeah.
But anyways, Locket will fact check that. But anyways, I think when you talk about the Treaty of Versailles. The Treaty of Versailles was basically another country taking a hold of another country, but due to international laws that were in place at the time, you couldn't exactly take over that country. So they were still Germany, but they weren't given the same privileges as an independent country. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, back then in the early 1900s, old countries were still behaving like feudalistic countries. When you conquer another country or you win a war, you treat those people as if they're now yours, and that is inherently the hypocrisy of colonialism.
They kind of didn't conquer Ethiopia. They captured the capital and then lost after that again.
Oh yeah, kind of
Yeah,
like
but it's still captured anyway. They touched it.
Yeah, they touched it, but they didn't
Yeah,
got everything.
dude, no, like macam like the Spanish in Brunei. They came here, they conquered, and then they were like, "Oh, we get sick here very, very often. We're very sick here." So they left.
I know this one. It was they lost to the Ethiopians.
Yeah.
Wait, no, they didn't lose it.
The Italians had forgot the defeat at Adwa dealt to them by the Ethiopians. He was banned, and then they lost to the Ethiopians, and they're like, you know what? Let's invite the English to help also. And then they recaptured they captured the capital, only the capital, but they didn't capture the whole of Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after they left, after they lost, and they left their offering an apology to the Ethiopians for the attacking.
Something weird about that.
Oh no, I just said like, because there was this meme going around and people would say like, oh, Ethiopia was never touched by any European powers. I was like, wait a minute, there was like a war and billions of people died. I think that's basically being touched.
No, but that's the
Maybe-
same case. That's the same case with with Afghanistan, kan? They were like, everybody goes, oh, you can't. Basically, the idea is
Yeah,
that
but
nobody's ever conquered
Afghanistan was never
Afghanistan.
captured though.
Huh?
They could never capture it, not even a single thing. They go in there, they got massacred, then they come out, they're like, oh shit, we couldn't even take the capital. Fuck this, I'm gonna go to another different place. I think that was the case. Let's check. Afghan.
Yeah, that is
We
the
checking
case.
immediately.
Nobody could
In which
nobody
war?
could capture.
Afghanistan and
No.
The British.
This isn't a war. This is over history. Historically speaking, people have gone into Afghanistan, but they've never captured the capital or whatever the capital was at the time, because Afghanistan's got a very interesting
Great.
geography, and that's it's got a very interesting geography in that their mountains are hollow. So what often would happen is it would be old school guerrilla war. They would go into the mountains, and the cabins actually interconnected, so you could literally go in one side of the mountain and come out the other side.
And the British
And-
are known for guerrilla
Yeah.
war.
And the British, exactly, the British are very good at guerrilla war.
It's like the isn't that it? It's like the, I don't know why the Westerns are so bad at guerrilla war. But
No, because they're so used to like open field.
yeah, and then you can see when during the Vietnam War with America, because they lost
Oh yeah, that was so bad.
the guerrilla tactics.
Yeah, that's why.
I think that's why the British
They won't-
troops are stationed in what we call that Brunei for guerrilla training for guerrilla warfare.
British troops are stationed in Brunei to protect the oil fields. Be clear about this. When the rebellion happened in the 1960s, in the 60s or the 50s, I forgot. Basically, what happened was Brunei had to call over British troops from Singapore, and they flew in, and they crushed the rebellion. And afterwards, what they did was the Sultan asked the British government for a battalion. I'm not good with military terms, but he asked for a group of Gurkhas, British Gurkha soldiers, to guard the oil fields in Syria. That's why we have British soldiers stationed in Brunei. But another thing about British soldiers and Brunei is that we're actually one of the countries that England actively sends the soldiers to for jungle warfare training.
Yeah.
So that's why we have a good relationship with the British.
We're like a bunch of federalists.
Yep.
Love war.
Why don't they answer
And without
relations?
the war in one conversation.
Yeah.
Right. So, Locket, why don't you tell us a story about your day?
Six first, man. Like follow the
Alright,
order.
six first then. Six first it is.
Like that's
Right. Six it is.
because
Six it is.
it's like I haven't talked to Six in a few months at this point.
Yeah, none of us have. We haven't really talked to each other in months.
I mean, technically, I talked to you yesterday and 2 days ago, but like, but before
had a
before that,
proper-
I haven't talked to you at all.
Yeah. So let's listen to Six now.
But, I mean, like you and Simon have been talking to each other, you know, Elder Scrolls Online
Girls online talk, yeah, bro.
constantly.
Yeah, we started that like a couple of weeks ago. I think
It's been good, lah. It's been good. We're still on
Yeah,
the
we-
main storyline, but the gameplay's been really good so far. I really totally support if someone wants to get the game, 100% get it. The only issue is that they don't have Asian servers. They only have Europe
yeah.
and America servers, which sucks because playing from Asia with shitty internet, having to connect to an European server is like, it's so shitty, the internet, the connection, it always lags out. But yeah, anyways, Six, story time.
Was there to tell? I'm not sure.
It's been 3
There's a
months,
lot
bro.
of stuff to tell,
Last
actually.
year, 3 months.
There's a lot to tell. You
Well, I
moved.
mean, like, yeah, I moved.
How was the move?
Alright. Well,
Wait, is it a new place? Or is
No,
it
it's the
one-
same place. Oh wait,
That's
yeah,
the
we
same
talked about this already.
I mean, we talked about this before, like how I moved.
Yeah.
My landlord kicked me out and everything. That's all done and over. I don't want to talk about
Oh yeah,
that.
that was in
because,
the middle of a podcast, wasn't it?
what was it?
No, that was
oh,
during
when
the
they-
stream, I think.
It
No,
was middle of.
during a game. Yeah, I was playing a game with Locket.
Yeah, with us.
Locket.
Yeah,
I was
with
playing
Locket.
with
Yeah, with Locket.
Yeah, it was
Locket said yeah.
Terraria. Then I've just received like a call from an agent who provided me the accommodation, and she told me that, oh, sorry, Mr. Rafiq, I think your contract's cancelled and you have to leave. You're given 2 months to evacuate, to evict the house. You're basically evicted. You have 2 months to leave. Like, oh shit. And she said, oh, we got available options. You could live here and then, which are all dodgy places. I tell you that. And yeah, she said, thank you and good luck. So I was like, oh shit. I got 2 months to find a new place. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
That's dumb as shit.
I mean, what I've done is called the police, told them that he broke my landlord, get like at least $100,000 from him.
You got
Did you?
$100,000 from that?
No, I didn't, because I accepted the deal and just like accepted that, oh, I have to find a new place. I could have done the other one.
There's
Because I
always
found out
going
from my
to be a
house.
scam. There's always going to be a scam when you're in UK and have a landlord.
Yeah, exactly. So next time if I'm gonna be with a landlord and he breaks the contract, I could just milk out $100,000.
Yeah, you have to sue him. You have to.
No, not just sue him. Yeah, or basically. Then I'm gonna get my own solicitor from like the government. He's probably gonna get like 10% off me. That's cool. So 100,000, 10% of that, I'll probably get like 80,000.
90K?
I'm not sure. What's that? 90K.
90K.
Yeah, 90K.
No,
Yeah,
but then you'd have
90K.
to consider paying your lawyers as well.
Yeah. That's basically it. Solicitors and lawyers get 10%
Yeah, okay.
off your thing. I was like, alright, shit.
Gee.
Oh well, at best I would get like 80,000 or probably 50,000, but around that area. So I could have done that, but unfortunate for me, I was too dumb to think about it, and I just accepted it and just moved to a new place.
I mean, you were pretty new and you kind of
Yeah. Well, no one's gonna expect you to. Yeah.
But now that you know,
yeah,
yeah.
true, but I could have done it, and
yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. Who knows?
maybe.
I mean, like, if I were to go down that path, I probably bought a house or something. Who knows?
A house for $100,000 only? That's not a lot.
I mean, like, no, that is a lot. £100,000. What are you on about? That's like what, freaking $500,000 in Brunei or something like that. I don't know how to do
what?
math.
No.
But I don't know. £100,000 is probably like 200,000 Brunei dollars for a
No,
trade.
£100,000 is 150,000 Brunei.
Oh,
It's
times
not a
two. Times two.
No, it's time 1.5.
My mom always times two because sometimes the currency doesn't. Don't even bother checking Google. You should check with BID.
Say what?
That's 1.77.
Yeah, it's close to 2, so you might as well round it off to 2. Doesn't matter.
You didn't round it up to 2. You rounded it up to 5.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
You like
500. No, sorry, I exaggerated a little bit. I fucking exaggerated a little bit. Alright, yeah. Sure. Back to my point. So I moved. It's nice.
Anyways, back to your point.
Nice housemates. Okay.
It kind of dropped, didn't it?
Nice housemates, everything. What else? Oh, I met a girl. That's cool.
Tell that story.
Yeah. Well, basically how I met her was, I just wanted an acoustic guitar. I was like, I'm getting tired with this electric. I think that's more, how is it?
Okay.
Vibrant. Oh, sure. Fuck off. was it?
Okay, then.
I saw on Facebook the marketplace. I saw that guitar. I was like, oh shit, let's go. So I texted her. I didn't even look at her picture. I just wanted. I was looking at the guitar. I was like, okay, cool. The guitar's there. It's real. It doesn't look crap. That's fine. Hang. Let's go. So I went down with my bike, guitar back out, and I met her. I was like, oh cool. I didn't think much of it. I didn't like, oh, ooh, you're the gorgeous woman I've ever seen. I didn't even think about it. I was looking at the guitar saying, oh, you're the
What was
gorgeous guitar I've ever seen. Hell yeah, I'm gonna play this when I get back. So, playing it, and all you know, I was, I just want to do a small talk. I don't want to be that kind of guy where I just like, oh, okay, got the guitar, left, piss off, thank you for the guitar, here's your money. I don't want to be that guy. Just had a small talk like, oh, so where are you studying and also, so what's your name, blah 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 blah. My name is I study at Leeds University. They're a lot more prestigious than mine, I guess. Yeah, so she's studying
Don't
genetics.
you go to Leeds as well?
What's that?
Don't you go to Leeds as well?
Metropolitan or Beckett.
Ah.
Yeah, it's a smaller guy. It's not
Alright.
nuts.
Yeah. I think we've told us this now.
Yeah. So back on to the story. So I was like, oh, how you doing? Any housemates? No, they all left. Only that one guy, but I barely see him. I was like, okay, right, cool. So I guess I'll see you around. When you say when I see you around, it basically means bye bye. I don't think I'm ever gonna see you ever again. So I was like, okay, cool. And she's like, oh, could I add you on Facebook? I was like, yeah, that's alright. Just add me on Facebook if you want. Could I have your phone number? Oh, alright, cool. Like, went home, played the guitar. Then a couple of days later, she contacted me and she wants to talk about like, oh, she wants to get to know me. I was like, okay, cool, blah 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 blah. And she said, I think in the beginning she just wants to know how to study and everything. I was just like, I don't really have a proper schedule. I just study. Then from then on, start talking about cooking and anime. Then I was just okay, cool. Then the next day, then the next day, the next week. Then there was that one period where she didn't want to talk to me. I was like, okay, cool. And another, I think a month later, I said, oh, do you want to go to Italy? Let's hang out if you want with my mates. And she was a bit, she's shy. I think she's more of a sheltered person. I can tell you that.
Like a shellfish?
Oh, sheltered, like a hermit crab.
Ah,
Yes.
because she has crabs.
Really?
She has a
So,
hidden, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So after that, we went on the trip to Italy. That was amazing. She was quite happy. I was like, cool. Then after that, we went to watch cinema. She was quite lovely, and also so she was alright. Went to art museum. Well, this was funny actually. There was an exhibition showing online. I thought it was quite cool. It was showing in the Church Art Institute. But apparently it's a Methodist church. I was like, okay, cool. It's gonna be an exhibition. There's gonna be a lot of people. It's gonna be nice, cool. So I told her about it, and I was planning to go with her. I was like, okay, cool, let's go. Okay, we're here, and it looks crap. So basically, what it was is, it was a big hall, a big like meeting room, big space, big room. Three people were in it, and there were like photographs being hanged from the ceiling, and it was just 4 photographs. It was basically just simple photography. Well, it wasn't that nice. It wasn't any significance. I was just like, oh shit, is that all? Just 4 photographs just hanging from the ceiling, and just a CD player just playing a person's poem being read out loud. I was like, this looks so weird. And we just sat in the corner just wondering, what the hell is this?
Oh, hipster.
Not a good way to start your day.
It's a hipster event. So
Yeah.
thank God we were 10 minutes early. 10 minutes late. 10 minutes late. So because there's only 10 minutes left to the exhibition, and I want to get out of there so bad. So 10 minutes was over, and they stopped us before we could exit through the door. I was like, oh, well, what now?
Did you guys snap,
Look,
did you guys applaud by snapping your fingers?
no, probably not. Like,
that's the only way to
yes,
blend
okay.
in.
Very rude.
It's the only way to blend in.
Yeah, man.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not.
so you got stopped.
What's
And
that?
then what?
You get stopped.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm getting to that bit. So she's like, oh, you can't leave until leave a feedback on the papers and have some candy. I was like, shit. And she was talking to us like, oh, so what made you why are you drawn to this? Like, why did you come here today? Like,
Wow.
were you interested in the refugees? Like, how they're protesting, how they're doing like a food protest? What was it called? What happens when you want to protest about fasting the whole day?
Oh, you mean
Hunger strike? Yeah, hunger.
Yes,
They were
hunger strike.
the refugees in UK were basically doing a hunger strike. That's basically what you can see on the photos. Basically fasting. For the
Oh, no,
refugees
they're not
back in
fasting,
Syria.
Anna.
What's that?
They're not
Whatever.
fasting.
Fasting to me. Oh, same thing. I can't be bothered. So
Okay,
I chat a lot of bullshit saying like, oh yeah, this is basically I kind of sympathize with it. It's kind of like my religion, you know. We fast like a whole month just to understand their struggles of the poor and refugees in different countries and different parts of the world. You know, I can totally relate with this. You know, fasting is kind of like that. You strike, hunger strike. So that was basically my bullshit point.
Okay. Alright.
And I found out that the people there who organized the event were basically my lecturers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good
So I
job.
was like, oh no, but a good thing. Well, actually, they didn't even know what I study now, so it's like, oh shit, they're gonna find out my name. But I gave them a fake name. You know, I called myself.
Alright.
What? 6.
You're gonna laugh at this, and especially Simon. I call myself P Ramli.
Okay.
You dare.
So were they able to notice the
name
problem?
Pirabli, a classic Malay icon. Oh.
Yeah, I love the guy, alright, but I need to get out there. I don't look English, so I can't use an English name. I don't look Pakistani, so I can't use a Pakistani name, and I can't use my name because that's my real name. So
That's my name. That's my real name. Obviously. Okay, and then?
So I got there. I was done. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna compensate this for you. We're gonna have dinner, and proper nice dinner. I'm gonna treat you katsu curry at the sushi place that we're mom. And we're gonna go to an art museum, a better one than this one. So we went to the art museum. We start looking at sculptures and everything. And right after that, I treat her to like a freaking sushi place, katsu curry, wherever she wants. So I did that. So that was lovely. Then weeks afterwards, after talking, and she starts calling me around midnight for some reason, and that was quite nice actually. It happened for a few days and all sorts. Then she wants to come over to my house.
That was a few days ago, right? No, that was a week ago.
Oh, a few weeks. Yeah, that was a
And
week.
then
That was a
they
week
did
ago. Yeah, that was actually a week ago. Dang. Not so
They
long.
did the dirty.
Excuse me.
And 6 lost his V card.
Oh yeah,
I
oh
didn't
man.
do the V-card. I still have my V-card. It's still
He lost
pristine. It's still brand new. Collector's edition.
Still
Deluxe
shiny.
edition.
It's still dusty.
Yeah, it's still got the imprint.
Yeah.
Nothing's dirty about it.
It's just his own fingerprints. You know, it's like,
Ugh.
it's like he's been touching his own V card.
No. I put it in like in a plastic seal. You know.
And that,
As we all should.
yeah, we should always put our V cards in a special place.
Yes.
Special place.
Called pussy.
Yeah, so I was quite scared about this. I didn't know what to do. I was like, shit. No, shit, she's coming over. I haven't gone to the worst part. Forget, I told this to Simon. I was like, oh, Simon, what do I do? She's coming over. Yeah, what do I do? I feel like I want to ventilate. Wait, hyperventilate? Yeah, hyperventilate. He's like, okay. Oh wait, what do you say, Simon? What do you say? I forgot what he said.
Said by condoms.
Yeah, buy condoms. I was like, no way, I don't need that. You know, then by then I wasn't convinced. I was just like, oh shit, yeah, I don't need any condoms. So, but it's like she's not gonna stay over, obviously.
But she
But then
did.
day later, he wanted to stay over. I was like, shit. How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? Okay, I go to Sainsbury. I buy a packet. It's only £3, but that's a lot. But you know, just in case,
That's so hot.
Sex is
It's
just
a lot.
horny, man.
£3 is a lot. You
It
know
was just
what?
horny.
You know what you can buy with £3?
What?
Three
A
nasi
lot of
campur.
things.
Bro, in UK you can even buy nasi campur for £3, in like 12 pounds or something like that.
Oh fuck yeah. Oh, 12 pounds for a nasi katok. Oh Jesus. How much does a nasi katok cost? You know what? Let's segue here. How much does a nasi katok cost in the UK?
I think it was like £3.
Oh fucking hell, so expensive.
You know what you can buy
I'm not
for 3
joking.
pounds?
What nasi campur? Let me see. I have gone on London, so I can see.
I mean, I literally went with Sunshine last year. I think it was last year. Oh, yeah, last year. Yeah, I think it was like the end of December. We was visiting. I think it was the Brunei.
Oh, Brunei Hall.
Yeah, Brunei Hall. Yeah. We was just visiting them. My mates. You know, our mates from our high school, right? Yeah, we're just having fun, and we went to the Malaysian restaurant. I think it was called Telur or something. Oh, whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
These are
Malur,
not cheap.
Malur,
Okay.
Malur. Yeah, went down.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
went there
I want
as
nasi
well.
katok. Nasi katok. I think it was like $2.99. I was like, shit. I could buy 3 nasi katok with this. And the guy's like, yeah, sorry, but you know everything here is expensive. So
It's like
I know we feel your pain. Like
BNB.
we would like to
You
be in
know-
Malaysia or in Brunei just to pay $1, $1 for one ringgit for one nasi katok, but it's not the case.
Yeah. My experience in Malur was I was with my grandfather and I wanted to order apa namanya? I wanted to order cold Milo. But I didn't say
Milo
cold
peng.
Milo. Yeah, I said Milo peng. I said Milo peng satu. But they spoke Malay. So I was like Milo peng satu, and they were like, what? And my grandfather was like, hey, mana dorang paham tu? Milo ice satu. They were like, okay. Like, what the fuck? What? Milo peng? Mana dorang paham tu? Like, okay lah.
They're
Okay
not
lah.
nice. You would know.
That was a culture shock. I thought every Malay person knew what ping meant.
It's
No,
not.
no.
It's more toward the part. It's a Mandarin type word, isn't it?
It is.
Ice. It's Mandarin for ice.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah, it is.
I didn't even know.
You can generally say it in the Borneo region, but you can't say it abroad. I don't think you can say it in Singapore either.
No, I don't think so. No.
No, I don't think you can. I mean, you could, and someone might understand because they are a majority Chinese country. But I don't think
Oh, they would know what ping means. They would like, oh,
they
ice.
would. But
Okay.
I don't know if it would be.
Malay.
It might be a culture shock, macam like they have to take a second to kind of assume what you're saying is correct.
Mm.
But yeah. Anyways, continue. You went to Malur and you you ate there. Oh wait, no. You went to Sainsbury and you bought condoms.
Oh yeah, I bought it like £3, and there was like only 3 packets. I was like, bloody hell, this is not worth it for like a
Come
couple
on,
of
it's an
balloon
investment,
packets.
bro.
Balloon. Yeah, a couple of balloon wraps. It's just like bloody hell. I could buy balloons instead, and that would work well. Ah, jeez.
You'd be pinching your dick.
Whatever, it still works the same. Okay, just gotta put some lube.
That's not how that works.
I'm not sure.
Have you ever seen how people do it back in the day? They use like pig skin. So I'm like, okay.
it's a newest conversation. Wait. I have the perfect video for that because there was someone had this conversation in YouTube. Fake skin condom. Lewis said it. from he was like, it was like back in the day, me, I with pigskin, doing a balloon. Which they can find it. But this one, like, doing balloons, that was it.
Go ahead, just play it. Anyways, let's move on from this.
Move on to the
Alright,
expensive.
So basically, got that and everything. She came over. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous because we're trying to make a carrot cake and I didn't focus that well. I was just like, oh shit. Okay. Just take a deep breath and do just do it. All right, just make the cake. So I went. I tried to do the cake properly, but I messed up. Apparently, you're not supposed to blend it, and I kind of broke the blender at the same time. So when I pull out the blender, it started pouring all over the place, and I got it all over my clothes. I was like, shit. So what I did was I just splashed it all over her face. I was like, ha! Yeah, she had a bit of fun. I was like, ah.
Yeah, I mean, like, she was cool with it, I guess. It's like,
Is this a euphemism? What the fuck's going on?
What euphemism?
Is this a euphemism?
What do you call that?
no, it's
Yeah,
I think
so I
so.
told her to make the cake, and I'll make like
Yeah.
couscous and all sorts.
An idiot.
What did you say? Sorry. This guy's
Oh
laughing
yeah.
too hard.
So I gave up on the cake. I was like, okay. Well, I have to do it again. Luckily, I got like an extra kilo of carrots. That's fine. So could you do it again? And like, well, I'll quickly chop out all the carrots. I grind it down, and you just get ready with the dry ingredients, right? I'll be making the Moroccan couscous and everything. Yeah, and she had trouble cutting onions. So I kind of did this romantic thing unconsciously without me self knowing. I was just like, okay, reach over my hand on her, just like hands, just like coordinate it well. Just like, okay, this is how you cut your onions, right?
Did you do it
And
from
I
the back or
think
from the side?
from the back.
Good.
And I was kind of reaching over with my neck. I was just like, okay, you just gotta do it like this and like this, chop, 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 chop. And I didn't see her I think I saw her blushing, but I didn't register it as blushing. I was just like, oh, maybe she's just like nervous, like she can't do it right. I was like, okay, boy, you're gonna do it right. Don't worry. What's that?
He's an
Smart you.
extroverted man, bro. He's actually, bro, like,
Like
six move to the UK jadi extroverted terus.
you get that Six is good at women, bro. Like he even bought a condom just for the occasion. Like, bro, advanced, bro. The saying. Six, bro. He bought like the big ones too. His PP must be huge, bro.
Yeah.
No. You know,
Like
I bought
America
like
dog.
this. No. It's
How would
a
that
thinly
six
feel.
fit me?
I have no idea what that means.
What? Sorry, what?
I see.
It's
What?
a thin. I was like, okay, thinly feel. I don't know.
Makes you feel thin.
Yeah.
So the soft one, the food is thin.
I tell you, I've never worn one before in my life, so I don't know how it looks like. I don't know how is it gonna be. I don't know how to put it on.
This is why sex education is very important.
Or just practice it on a banana and shit. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you have to put it on with your mouth.
It's literally like just putting it over your penis. What do you not understand?
Yeah,
How-
it's basically a rolled up. It's like a roll up. You just put it on the tip
Oh,
and then
you
pull it
guys
down.
talk as if you've experienced this before.
It's like a sock.
It's not good. It's not. How do you think they put it in a packet like that? They flatten it like you pull up.
Six just
Oh,
takes it
you
out
do it in the
and he
wrong
just
way.
wears it as a sock. Six is like, where did you put this on his toe? I'm ready. I'm protected from any HIV now. He put it in his tongue. Now I can live with
No, but he
safety.
wraps it around it. He pulls it out, then he wraps it around.
I guess that's how you wear it.
He doesn't put it
Just
down
tie it on
the
a
neck, he
knot.
wraps it
That
around.
kind of hurts. I don't feel the blood
Wait,
coming
so
down
just to
there.
be clear, like, did she saw the condom?
So,
No, of course not. I didn't even
No,
open
right?
it. It's like it's still in the plastic. It's just like wrapping. It's like,
No,
oh,
you know, he keeps-
I mean, what
you
if
know,
it's like a what if it's like the stereotypical, like condom drop on the floor, and then she's like bloody and shit. Like those like the TV shows and movies. Oh,
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
condoms.
Unlit.
Oh, I found one.
No, I didn't have anything to say at all. Unless
The thing I'm scared about is like when it comes down to it, then you're like, I cannot just like casually just take out one packet of it and just like say, oh, I have a packet ready with me at all times.
what if you go out?
I have to do it casually where I'm like, okay, I'll go out and get it. Alright, I'll go down to the shop. But actually, I put it down in the bathroom just for myself to
Okay.
actually get it. I'll just
What
be out
the-
for like 20 minutes or so.
This
Just
is the whole fucking mood right here.
Yeah, there's a whole mood. There's a whole
The whole mood right here, bro.
I mean, is there something wrong with? I mean, you should just say like you keep like a condom, in your wallet just in case.
Yeah.
Of
No,
balloon
I
emergency.
put in my hard drive. Just like bam.
No, I mean
Mm.
that's like the part is. Can you imagine like she's just looking at you unscrewing your hard drive? Like, what are you doing? Nothing.
I'm gonna fix this. Just give me a sec. Alright. We're gonna make a tape. Okay, we're gonna make a tape.
This is
We're gonna
the
be
condom
famous.
passed on from
Don't
generation
worry.
to
It's gonna be
generation.
on the YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Pornhub. I mean YouTube. So.
This is the condom passed on from generation to generation using thick skin.
Just like this hard drive was passed on from generation to generation. Divided.
It's passed on from my great
The condom of my
from my
ancestors.
great grandfather to my grandfather to my father to me.
It was reused and washed multiple times.
Exactly. It was known as the
I-
golden condom.
I came from this.
So sacred that
This is the
legend
wash.
says it that the Colossus actually wore it.
This is the washable condom.
My family is very efficient.
Cost
It was passed down
efficiency,
throughout
that
the
is.
generation. And
It's my heirloom.
my great grandfather
pack of-
made it from his
pack of
bones,
3
and-
condoms.
from his blood and
I
bones.
have a packet.
When he fought the Warhol.
I have a packet of condoms that they used from the 60s.
The king of
Bruh.
Pakistan used this first.
God.
So the joke is that he's half Pakistani. Yeah.
Oh god.
Sultan Muhammad Shah uses it first.
Oh, Awang alag betapa.
Awang Alak Batata uses before he converted to Islam. It was through all that his pig skin became halal.
He used lambskin.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just,
Extra efficient. Extra
Mandi kambing
efficiency.
with condoms.
90% keeps out STDs.
God, this joke is too long-winded.
Keep it in the family.
Incest joke, bro. We can't bring it around at this point.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. What happened after, bro? That
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I can't breathe.
Jenna, what happened, my dude?
So nothing happened anyway. Just like I slept on the floor.
We went through this story for
no,
30 minutes. The conclusion is nothing happened. Fuck me. I hate this story so much.
I mean, it's kind of like a progressing thing. So,
Yeah, I spent 2 days worrying about this. I spent 2 days I was like, oh my god, what? I texted him. I texted him. I said, okay, so you gotta tell me what happened. And he's like, I'll tell you later. I'm walking her home. And then I was like, I waited for a really long time. And then I was like, where is he? What the hell happened? Is he doing it again at her house? And then he texted me the next day. I was like, okay, you wanna play Elder Scrolls Online later? And then I was like, okay, wow, it's gonna go to shit here. So I played Elder Scrolls Online with him, and he was like, I was like, okay, you gotta tell me what happened. He's like, oh, nothing happened. Nothing happened, bro.
Too bad, bro.
And I was like, yeah, serious, bro. That nothing happened. It was pretty halal.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty halal. I hugged her from the back and taught how to chop onions.
Oh god, I like how at this moment, like, we forgot that we're Islam, and
Oh,
we just want sex to just do it.
Get laid, bro.
You just want him
No,
to get
but-
laid with this girl.
Here's the cool thing about sex was the whole time we were talking about condoms. We were talking about I was like trying to convince him to get condoms because the whole idea was I didn't know what convictions the girl had, but I knew that Six had, you know, Muslim convictions, and he wanted to save the sex for after marriage. And he told me this. You told me this. I remember this. He was basically like, I don't want to have sex. And he's like,
Bro, I mean,
it
like, if
doesn't
you have
matter what you
relationship,
want
it's
now. Yeah, but I was like, it doesn't matter what you do want now. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen in that moment, and you might be like, let's go. But yeah, the whole thing was like, it's not intention. It's about protection. You might end up doing it. So like,
Yeah.
just have some in just in case.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you do get consumed by your lust, which I
Yeah,
don't think
which-
you will.
But actually, if you think about it, I mean, like, if you don't buy it anyways, she wouldn't want to do it, because if you think about it, no girl would want to do it without protection anyways.
What if she
Sure.
what if
What
she
she's
brought
into that?
plan B? What if
She's
she
What's
into
that?
what if she brought plan B?
Yeah,
Because you know how like, because you know how
Oh,
nowadays
that make my
They
life
have the pills.
a lot more
Kinda-
easier, actually.
yeah, but
I don't even have to spend 3 quid.
Because like, you know how like nowadays girls have those like just birth control pills prepared by girls nowadays. I mean Western. I don't think.
Oh,
about
you mean
Eastern.
that plan B?
Yeah, plan B as in birth control pill.
Yeah, birth control, or day after pills.
Yeah, the day after pills. Yeah,
I don't think so.
yeah. You should ask her.
Yeah.
Wait, is she?
No,
Is
look at that ass of
is she
that.
Muslim?
Jesus. No,
She's Malay.
No, she doesn't have. No, she's Chinese. She doesn't have. She
Religion.
doesn't have like a religion. So
Is she agnostic or atheist?
before she was Buddhist, but then she stopped believing in that because
I
Wait,
mean,
She's from Malaysia, kan? You told me.
yeah.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
from Malaysia, Penang.
I mean,
Yeah. Penang.
you
No.
don't have to. You don't have to stop believing Buddhism religiously. I mean, you can still follow, because it's more, Buddhism is not really.
Buddhism isn't a religion.
Yeah, it's not really. It's
There
a
are
type of
religion.
teaching.
Yeah, there are
Oh
religions
yeah, yeah.
within
No,
Buddhism.
she doesn't follow it
Buddhism-
as a religion. So
Yeah,
she
yeah.
just do it as a
That's a teaching, right?
It's a
Yeah,
lifestyle
teaching.
thing. Right? So it's a
Lifestyle.
Yeah,
lifestyle.
like
It's a good lifestyle. Buddhism is a good lifestyle.
Buddhism's a good lifestyle.
Hmm.
But the thing is, yeah, I told this to my uncle, and he's like, oh, he went to me, do you fucker?
Exactly. Did you? This is
And I was like, no, okay, cool. And he was encouraging me to do it. I was like, wait, what? What's wrong with you?
I like how that's basically us also. We're like, did you do it? And we're like, but why not? Like, what happened if she does want it? Would you do it?
Yeah, bro. What if she wants to? Dude.
Yeah, but the thing is, I told my uncle, like, oh, no, I'm looking like I want to have a future with her and all sorts and all blah blah blah, naive kind of thing. And he told me, it never works out that way in the first time. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, no, I'm more older than you. I've experienced a lot more than you. I know how it works. Okay, just trust me. I was like, okay. I mean, yeah, fine. What? Tell me, what was it about? You know how you like when you get like your first girlfriend and also it's more of like a 1 to million chance that you're gonna be stay together for the rest of your life.
That's
I was like,
very rare.
yeah. Apply that to this same thing.
I hate that. I really hate that. I hate that concept. Like you gotta put your all into every relationship. Like it's not. You don't go into a relationship assuming that it's gonna end.
Yeah,
Right? That's stupid. Then there's
Yeah,
no
but
value in it.
that's the mentality here in the Western side. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't expect much from it. Like it's gonna be, you always expect for the worst. That's what you expect.
True. Yeah.
So
all
that way
people
it's
need to
good.
go to therapy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's some therapy worthy stuff that you do. get off their chest about.
Yeah, that's actually pretty toxic kind of way lifestyle. I think that is kind of therapy worthy actually. That way of thinking.
Like, is it bad or is it good? I'm
I mean,
confused.
it's not bad. It's not good. It's effective.
Oh, like it's
right?
more for
But-
balancing. It's like, oh,
but
use
I'm
it
not-
in your own
I'm not saying it's like a therapy for mental. It's more toward therapy
Yeah.
for love or dating. So like if you get a dating coach will always like rather than help you get a partner, you more
Yeah,
like
they'll help
tell you macam apa what you're doing wrong in your mindset currently macam. And then you
Therapists
Well,
in
I guess
general don't
about-
really try to fix your life. They try to fix you. They tell you to fix you, because it's always because they can't do anything. They just have to keep telling you what's actually happening. They're the mental checks that are in physical form essentially that you've essentially lost. So but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying the mentality is like the mentality is different, but like more Eastern, more conservative mentality is more
you give it your all.
Yeah, Muslim conservative mentality is that you actually can't date. You're not supposed to date. Yeah, you're not supposed to be dating because dating is actually haram. And the way you're supposed to do it is essentially just marry, and then essentially that relationship is now halal. That's how you create that bond through sort of a
Strong bond.
yeah. I mean, it is much stronger pulang in a sense.
Yeah,
It
but
is
the
much
thing is,
stronger.
like, I don't want to get married, then you realize, I don't like this person.
No, but that's the
See?
thing.
Then
That's
you
the
have
thing.
to divorce.
You
It's like,
don't. No. The thing with arranged marriages is that whether you like the person in the beginning or whether you like the person in the throughout the relationship or not, you have to make it work. And that's the thing that I myself have learned from my relationship is that regardless of what you feel at any point in time, like at some points I've fallen out of love with knows this. And it's basically
Panda
yeah,
knows it too.
yeah, of course lah. And basically you have to yeah, Panda knows all about it actually. It's happened. I think it's only happened once. But basically the idea is at that moment you're not gonna just because you stop loving the person you immediately
no,
end
I'm
it.
not talking about like you stop loving the person or like falling in love and also no, it's not about that. It's just like more of like when you start
Okay. Let
when
me
you
use a
start
different
seeing their
example
true
then.
colors, then you're like, oh shit,
Ah.
this is what I want.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that aspect. The loving aspect, I can deal with that. That's fine. That's no problem. You can't keep falling in love with the person every day of your life. I understand that, but the true colors I hate. It's
I
like
think that's why
I was expecting this, but then you gave me shit.
I think you don't
This is not the person I was expecting. You lied to me, kind of thing.
I think you
Yeah.
coming into a relationship, coming into an arranged relationship, you can't have assumptions. You
No,
have
of
to
course.
yeah, but
Yeah, but you're gonna get married.
Huh?
Like how does this arranged marriage do? Like is it like we just put you guys together,
think
you're
about
married
yeah.
now?
Think about a Hindu movie, a Hindi movie, a Bollywood movie level arranged marriage. Kind of like that. That's how it's supposed to happen. Your family is supposed to kind of arrange the whole thing. It's like, okay, this daughter marries this guy, okay, and then you go into it, no assumptions, no presumptions, no context, just get married, right? But I think the beauty of an arranged marriage is that okay, the one thing is you have to get used to each other, and the second thing is because you have to get used to each other, you have to conform to each other. And when you conform to each other, you have to lose some things and you have to gain something. So you have to gain, maybe the person's a bitch, so you have to gain some patience, but that person also has to lose some of that edge because you guys have to start living together and behaving in a way that's civil. So eventually that love does form, but I think initially you're gonna have to go through a lot of trial and error and adapting lah. It is more long lasting long, I think, in the sense that your struggle isn't an option. It's not like, oh, I don't really like this person, I'll leave now. You go into a marriage and you're like, I have to say, it is a sin to leave. So yeah, you went in no investments. I mean, you lose nothing going out.
You mean like
Well,
dating?
No, I mean arranged marriages.
Oh, okay.
You have nothing going in, so you have no investments at all. But at the end of the day, if you leave it, you're losing so much. So it's a cost benefit analysis. Looking at
I guess
I tried to put
arranged
economics,
marriages, arranged marriages can be changed in like in their pros and cons, but
Yeah,
what else can are arranged?
yeah.
Our outro, because nowadays we're since we kind of are over the limit at this point, so I think
yeah. I
we will
think we
stop
should
for
wrap
now.
up. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, just to
It's
let you know. I
conversation
mean,
for
like,
another day, I suppose.
It's a conversation for another day. If we get
just.
into.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
What did you say, Six?
I don't know. I was just. Let me end up with my story where
Sure.
Yes, please.
she's gonna come tomorrow. That's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. We'll be hoping an update next podcast. Then.
Yes. So next podcast, next meeting agenda, agenda update.
Sex or now?
All right. Minute of meeting attendance.
Did you use your air loop?
Did you use?
And also,
How long did it take? How long did it take to open the hard drive?
screws.
Four screws. It took 4 screws. I have to do it. 4 screws. All right. 4 screws, man.
4 screws. Oh man.
We got screw it in. It was
You
it was
only
tough the
use
first
one
time, but the second and the third, I had a little, it was quite easy. Fourth one was a little bit hard because it starts squeezing and all sorts. I don't know why. There was something jamming in there. 4 screws. Yeah.
All right, 4 screws it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today. Enough talk. Enough screws. Jesus. Anyways, thanks for coming. Thanks for listening to our podcast. We'll be back soon after.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. Or maybe it'll be another 3-month hiatus. Who knows?
Catch
till
us.
later.
Subscribe.
Yeah, stop
Leave
by
a
again. Oh, if you like, go to twitch.tv/Bleachfield Podcast to watch our stream every Thursday. Terraria, Conqueror's Blade, and Elsewhere Online.
Wait. Every Thursday. We do recordings every Thursday.
Yeah, we have to.
We do recordings every
Yeah.
Wednesday it is.
Extreme, bro.
Yeah, alright. We'll figure that out again. We can kick this out. Anyways, good night. Have a great day. Peace out. See y'all tomorrow.
Ta-ra.
Bye.